Hello again. This is the Watering Man. Spiritual Toolbox number 217. We're doing the third recording in the Devil series, that demystifying that thing, so that you can get your mind right. Okay? So this is the Devil number 3, an examination table where we're documenting it, proving it to ourselves. It's got to resonate between you and God. Make God true and all that humanistic thinking a liar. Don't let it just keep stabbing you. Okay? This is the examination table number 196. Okay? We don't want to just may prove it like the King James translates documento in at the first part of Romans chapter 12. I think it's verse 2 or 3. Where it says may prove, it's not. It's documento. That's like lay it out there, dissect it, prove it for yourself. Not go out there and like prove it to someone else. You got to get it right in your mind first. Because everybody has to work out their own salvation, their own deliverance from this carnal thing, this non-spiritual mind that we were subjected to, not willingly but in hope. Not in fear and trembling, but in reverence, honor, respect, love, and adoration of God. Knowing God is the greatest, not a monster. Monster would be like you're redlighting it. You're disagreeing with God's right-mindedness. You're calling God a name. You're calling you monster. I know you love me, but you're a monster. It's double-minded too. Choose. You have to choose in that eye of the storm, in that centrifuge. God's what? With His word, His thought processes. He's sifting it out, and then it's showing you. But you gotta be diligent. Be in hot pursuit of God. Pursue Him in hot pursuit. Follow Him. Don't just, well, I'll do it later. Or if that was back then, it ain't now. I don't have to do nothing right now. I'll just polish outside the cup and look good. Like a Pharisee. That's really pointing at your own stinking thinking, your own right-mindedness. Trying to be justified in what I'm doing and use any kind of good, bad, evil excuse. The more you feed into that, the worse things are going to get for you. Whether they temporarily seem good and it seems like you're getting gain from it, it's unjust gain. It's not the real riches of God. The increase back into the right-mindedness of God, into the love of God. That's a permanent thing. All this earthly stuff, the love of that is what the root of all evil. It's getting down to the root of this stuff. It's in there getting your mind right. Okay? Alright. Now, nose itching. I feel like a little hair or something float around my ear and tickle it. Hey, man. Okay, now. Oh, excuse me. Alright, now. The very first place that the devil occurs in the New Testament is in Matthew chapter 4, verse 1. Okay? I'm not breaking down the whole verse and everything. I'm just doing the devil. That's plenty. Okay? Now, that's where let's read it right here in Matthew 4, 1. Okay? Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. That's the King James Version. Skimming. You're not even in there yet. Okay? Now, let's go down to the one word that they translate as devil. I've been teaching this, showing you. We'll kind of phrase a little bit, and then I'm going to continue. Okay? Let me put my glasses back on. That's diabolos. Dia, we know, means the D-I-A means to through something, like to channel through it. Saying broad is the way to destruction, and many are that'll go that way. Whole myriad of people, an innumerable number, and a myriad of your thought processes is stuck. Can't turn from that old way of thinking and go back to God. Turn to a 180-degree about face and go back to God. Why not? Ask yourself. Make God true. And all this humanistic thinking is a liar. My righteousness, my right-mindedness, what I think is as filthy stinking rags. And that's actually filthy mistress stinking rags. In Isaiah chapter 64, verse 6. Right? Ooh. Apostle Paul's counting it as like dung in Philippians chapter 3, verse 8. Ooh. I don't want that. I'm not going to eat of that. Stop eating it. It's hog slop, right? Poo, pee, yuck. Mud. Quit being a clodbuster. That, Chaldean. Turn and worship. Go in hot pursuit of the one true God, of the supreme divinity, of your exceeding great reward, the thing that'll truly satisfy you forever. And it'll increase you little by little by little, 1 to 2 to 4 to 8. Keep on habitually practicing it. Like in Philippians chapter 4, verse 9. That do in that verse is proso. It means habitually practice it. Okay, I've been there, showed you those. Gotta go look for yourself. Be a good Berean. So that you can accurately handle the word, the thought processes of God. When you spin it up there, you can make a right decision. Jesus, Jesus, I-E-S-O-U-S. Christ, number 2424. Father God is salvation, is deliverance from sin. He's the only gate. All the other ways in, like it says in John chapter 1, or John chapter 10, verses 1 through 10. All that other ways of getting in the gate, the door, Jesus, the Christ, the anointed Messiah, is the only way in into the mind of God. Getting that increase little by little by little. It's growing. Building your bridge, twisting more and more strands of rope, making you stronger. You're maturing spiritually. You're growing up in the spirit. In each and every area of your thinking, each one of those little balls, those little bubbles of water in your mind, your thinking processes is being purified a little by little by little. Not just boom, that one's done, easy. So 1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16, 32, 64, 128, double. Alright? God may be working on multiple ones at the same time. It's just going to drag you through that stuff so you say, ooh, yuck, this really sucks. Not to beat you up. So you see it, ooh, yuck. Kind of like when I ate that big old mouthful of a red horse or red man. It was really strong chewing tobacco. Swallowed it as a little bitty boy. Oh, I got sicker than a dog. I'd probably green. It didn't kill me, but oh my goodness, for a little short while, I thought I was dying. It was pretty much the rest of that day and up into the night until I fell asleep. I just throwing up, green, all kinds of sick. But I didn't want that stuff no more. Give me that chewing gum. That's all right. Not that the other stuff, man. You're crazy. Why would you want to pick that in? It'd be better to pick up some daggone grass out of the yard and chew it for a while and spit it out. At least it wouldn't make you sick. I experienced that firsthand. There are people tell me, oh, that's good for you. No, it's not. You haven't really tried it, have you? You chew that stuff up and swallow it. See how it is. That's a little big. Yeah. That's nowhere near as bad as when you chew up and eat that, partake of that old carnal stuff. Stuff you can think, man, that's good stuff. He's going to tear you up. Right? Unclean animal. The clean animal, it regurgitates it, thinks into a second stomach and redigests it. Like a good Berean. Study, check and see, look at it, get it for yourself, prove it, documento, lay it out there, look at it, examine it, get it for yourself, and know that, is that red lighting or green lighting God? Is it resonating in me? Is stuff making you sick? Messing up your thinking? God's going to test you. It rains on the just and the unjust. It's not to destroy you. It's giving you opportunity here. So you can see, it's like dragging you through this stuff. So you can experience it. And then, oh, I don't want that stuff, man. That stuff is crap. Get that off my hot dog bun. I don't need that stuff. You can do whatever you want with that. Don't stick it in my mouth. Can't do that. You ain't forcing me to eat that. You crazy. I'm not chewing up that old red horse or swallowing it as much as I can stick in my mouth. No. I ain't gonna chew that big old mouthful of horse shit. That old donkey talking inside of me. Just cause it agrees with me. I think I'm like Grandpa. No. Your grandpa might be teaching you a little lesson right there. That's just a man. Or your dad doing it. No, God is much greater than this. But he knows exactly what you need. Okay, now let's go on. Let's get it pronounced correctly on here. Let me make sure it's up. Yeah, it's Diabolos. They translate that as the devil. Better look. Number 1228. First place that's mentioned in the New Testament. Okay? This word here, 1228. Okay? Now, that word is pronounced this way.
Strong's G 1228. Diabolos.
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 D-I-A, and then that bolos. And that root comes from that. The verb is actually diabolo, right? I done went through that and broke it down, okay? All right, now, let me get in this a little bit. I want to show you something. Now, this verb, or this diabolos, this trickster, used car salesman, it's old carnal mind, not some monster out there, okay? It's an adjective. It's describing what the carnal mind's doing in you, okay? And where it's come from, that diabolo, that's a verb. That only occurs one time in one verse in the New Testament. Okay, now this diabolos, that adjective, describes a noun or pronoun, right? In the TR Greek concordance, it says it occurs 38 times in 36 verses, right? Now, in the LX, and let's go here first. Let's see where it's. In the MGN Greek concordance, it occurs 37 times in 35 verses. Okay, this word 1228. Okay? Now, I don't know how to match it up. Make sure. Now, in the LXX Greek concordance, whoops, oh, must have thought I would speak, I don't want to say it because it'll pull up here and act go crazy. You know that. ALEXA. No, don't answer. All right. Now, the LXX Greek concordance, which is the Old Testament, is the words that is like that it comes from. The Greek, the Koine Greek, Koine with a little hyphen thing after it, is what the New Testament is in. Okay, the Old Testament is in the Hebrew and Aramaic. Okay, now in the Hebrew and Aramaic, that diabolos is actually Satan. Okay, and that word, the number, 7854 in the concordance numbers. Okay, the exhaustive concordance numbers is SATAN. Okay, 7854, and it occurs 20 times in 16 verses in the whole Old Testament. Okay? All right. Now, let's get down. Let's see. Let's get down to that word. Okay, I'll go look it up. I've done looked it up, but I'll get to the verse. Take you to it. Let me find here. I don't know. I wrote it here. The very first occurrence. Yeah, right down here. The very first occurrence where it says Satan. But it actually translates. I think it translates as adversary there. That's what it means. Okay, we'll get there. 7854. It's Numbers. Numbers chapter 22, verse 22. Yeah. That way I can have it. Okay. Now, you gotta look. All these words got like pictures and stuff that fit together. So, there's a massive amount there. Okay? Now, I'll read it just out of the King James language, okay? It says, let me make sure I'm on the right verse. Yeah. Okay. And God's, verse 22 of Numbers chapter 22, okay? And God's anger was kindled because he went. And the angel of the Lord stood in the way for an adversary against him. It doesn't really say it exactly like that, but I'm not going to break all that down right now. It'd take a long time, okay? Take quite a while. Now he was riding upon his ass, his donkey, and his two servants were with him. Now this adversary, okay? Right where the concordance is taking you, okay? Let's get in there and look at it. I'll have it pronounce it. It's at 7854. Okay, let's get right down here to it. This is the first place of this word put in there, okay? 7854, SATAN, okay? This word.
Strong's H7854, Satan.
Satan. Okay? Now, This one says it's a masculine noun. Let's look at it, okay? It says it's from 7853. Okay? Now, it's an opponent in the Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. Means an opponent. Not this other stuff, monster and stuff out there. That's all like added stuff. Garbage. That's red lighted. Getting your eyes off of what's really where God's working internal in your mind. He formed that clay body and then breathed his spirit, his ruach in there, and it became a living soul. Now he's separating that stuff, showing you. Now choose, my child. Be reasonable, come back to me. Don't believe it. Go on beyond that rudimentary stuff and looking out there and that thing's shanking you right in the back, in the stomach, in the eyes. Can't see nothing. It's trying to lead you, trying to remain king. It's not got your best interest at heart. It's a liar and the truth's not in it. Come on, man. Get your mind right. Alright? Now, in short, alright? Now, it's also, on the online biblical usage, they're breaking it down to, it's an adversary. One who withstands. As opposed. The carnal mind is enmity against God, against you going into God. Remember? It's not just against, it's EIS, right? To and into God's righteousness. It's trying to keep you out of it. That's your own stinking thinking. Monster. It's that yuck, puke, garbage, monstrous rags. Filthy, stinking rags. Yuck. Big old hog slop. Like in a product or something. You can't get no strength out of that. No strength from God. No true strength. It's all facade. Don't trust that thing. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not your heart. Not your heart pump. Boom, 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 boom. That's staying ignorant if you think of that. Boom, boom, boom. Man, look at that heartbeat right there, Nick. Or I can feel my heartbeat. That's my thinker. No, it ain't. It's your blood pump in your natural body. That's an organ. Your brain, it's an organ. And we're talking about your mind. And in your mind is the thought processes. God put it in there. God's works way above your ways. His ways is His will, His desire is way above your ways. He knows you way better than you know yourself. Don't be so prideful and arrogant and stupid. I think, man, I know better than God does. My donkey, my dummy, my stinky, let me think. My parakeet in there, my barking alpha dog in there is telling me to do this way. That's a good way. I better chew up that big chull of tobacco and swallow it as a little kid. It won't really make me that sick. Right? I better eat that hog slop. That's good for you. Put it on a hot dog bun. It's really good for you. It's chopped dog. Don't you believe it? It's all bullshit. It's worthless and detestable. Giving you to give you any increase back into God. It's all done. God counted it all as done for winning Christ. Wasn't that what basically what the Apostle Paul was telling us? I'm interpreting it. I'm trying to dig that sign buck out. Look at it. Don't let it just demystify that shit. Because you don't want that you're seeing, hearing, taste, touch, and smell married to your old ego and partaking of that stuff any longer. It gives you the diarrhea. It's nothing but diarrhea. Your insides are all messed up when you got the diarrhea. Ooh, Oh, I feel like let's go out for a jog. Right. You're not going to get very far with the diarrhea if you're jogging. You might try to jog to the toilet, and you're going to even have a hard time even getting to the toilet. Oh, God, please help me make it to the toilet. With the diarrhea, you might not make it to the toilet in time. Depends how bad it is, right? Make it funny, right? Well, you kind of remember it easier. Oh, so, oh, excuse me just a minute. Oh, now, this 7480 or 7854, looked at it wrong. Online biblical is it's an adversary, one who withstands. That's your carnal mind. There's two in your earth, two in your field. Your non-spiritual thinking and the right-mindedness of God. Your own righteousness and the righteousness of God. Which one are you going to trust? God spins it up in that centrifuge, that whirlwind, that storms of life. Pressures of fire tiles. Bring it to that point, to the eye of that storm. Which way are you going to do? You're going to try to anchor it by your righteousness, by your old stinking thinking, red light it, destroys you, smashes you against the rocks. Or are you going to pull them anchors up and rely on God? Let the Spirit drive it. Or if there's an anchor holds it, it's going to be God holding it. God's anchor is true. This other one's not. It's going to drag you right in there and you're going to get all messed up. When the Spirit drives it not just in that straight line where you think it ought to go. It goes where He wants to go. You make it there. The ship may be destroyed, but you'll not lose any life. Any of the true life in God, the spiritual life. You'll gain righteousness. God's righteousness. Not your own. Not your own filthy, stinking rags. Not your own just gain. Not your woes, but not none of this stuff. You'll gain the lasting stuff. Taking you to those diamonds and pearls of great price. Feeding from the Spirit of God, from that tree of life. Don't feed from that old tree of knowledge of your own good and evil. The Garden of Eden's right now. It's in your mind. It's your mind. He's bringing you back. Returning you. He's making His appearance in you little by little by little. If you just agree. Be reasonable, my child. Sit my way. Okay? Don't believe this adversary, this opponent, this Satan in here, or in the New Testament, the diabolos, with that channel about, no, turn from that red stuff and go green light it. Come to God. Not some get your mind out here, some kind of outward thing. Nah, stop that stuff. Come on, man. See? Gotta be able to see, hear, taste, touch, or smell with Christ in control. Not that ego telling you, oh. Can't even speak in the language, the love of God, the tongues of God. It's a beast. Get that 666. Let God remove that out of your mind, your forehead, out of your hand, out of your words. 6, the number of man, the number of man, the number of man, your beast nature, beast nature, beast nature. Come on, man. Demystify this stuff. I'm trying to help you. Alright? I'll lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink. You gotta work out your own salvation, your own deliverance, not in fear and trembling, in love, adoration, reverence of God, knowing that He's the great one. God is the greatest. God is your exceeding great reward. He's what will satisfy you. His love beyond words. His right way of thinking. Not this other stuff. That's all garbage. Let God consume it and refine it at His precise time, correct time. Cut that other bullshit out. It's worthless and detestable. Okay? I didn't get down to it in the BDB. I got a little bit. The 7854. Okay? This adversary. Okay? In the DBD, it means adversary. Okay? It's your own righteousness. The Hebrew lexicon, your adversary. And it comes from the 7854 is a print, comes from 7853, which is a primary root, and it's sultan, okay, and it's a verb, and it means to attack or accuse. What your carnal mind do to you? Attacks you, confuses you. It comes as a baffling wind, confusing wind. It's not the Spirit of God. God said, put a sock in it. Be still. Put a muzzle on it. Right? It's to act as an adversary. That's 7853. Okay? And that's the primary down to the root of it. Okay? Now, I'll have to pick up there later because I only got a few seconds left. Okay? I love you. If you want to, you can text me if you want to talk to me. Okay? Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.